The New York Giants just found their next move. Let's talk about it. My name's Paul. This is Big Apple Sports. Before we get going, do two things for me. First, hit the subscribe button and the like button. And then, second, give me your takes from today's game. We got to break it down. Let's discuss it. It was an ugly one. Let me know what you liked, what you didn't like. And I'm going to tell you what the Giants need to do right now. Like, they can no longer wait till the offseason. It needs to be done right now. And that is to fire Shane Bowen. What we're seeing at this point is just simply unacceptable. Look at this stat that was posted on Twitter. So last 2 weeks, the 49ers went 33 for 159 this week. Eagles last week, 28 for 256. And not like obviously they have Saquon and McCaffrey, but these are actually two teams that have really been struggling to run the football. San Francisco's been one of the worst rushing teams in the entire NFL. Like McCaffrey's been good, but it's been a lot more through the air. They've been only averaging 3.4 yards per carry. The Eagles were only averaging 3.3. They had really been struggling on the ground, and both of them just obliterated the Giants on the ground. And even like Brian Robinson, dude had 150 yards on the ground on the season, averaging 4 yards a carry, and even he goes for 50 yards, averages 10 yards a carry. And things are just going to continue to get worse if they can't make some big changes. Like looking ahead at next week, they got the Bears, who are just so they've just been shredded 2 weeks in a row by teams who aren't running the football. And now next week you got a Bears team who just went for 270 and 2 touchdowns against the Bengals. That game's not even over as I'm recording this. And the Bears have really been running the football. And then you look after that and it's the Packers with Josh Jacobs. And then it's the Lions with that two-headed monster of Jahmyr Gibbs and David Montgomery. So they have been getting torched by bad running football teams, and now they're about to play. And the Bears and Lions are two of the tops in the NFL running the football. Packers are good running the football as well. They're just going to continue to get torched. And you know what? Maybe at this point, what we need is for Jackson Dart to keep playing well and progressing, and for the team to lose and get a top 5 draft pick, and for the entire coaching staff and front office to get fired and reset with Jackson Dart, the one guy on this team who I truly believe in. At least out of I feel like every franchise it comes down to who's your GM, who's your head coach, who's your quarterback. The Giants have one out of the 3. And it just feels like every week Daboll just digs his grave deeper and deeper. And that's kind of something that I think is going to be talked about a lot this week is Daboll is now 3 straight years 2-7. And I think for a while you could sit here and be like, okay, but what about the talent? But then Daniel Jones, he had a Giants Daniel Jones game today, but he's been an MVP contender once he got off of the Giants. And you just look, there's just too much talent on this team to be 2-7. And if I'm Daboll, Daboll is fighting for his life right now. So the fact that he's kicking field goals down 13 points from the 3-yard line and bringing back his D coordinator who just continues to not make adjustments and lets them get annihilated on the ground week in and week out is just mind-blowing to me. It just feels like Daboll is going to get fired this year, and if he wants to have any chance, he's got to put the blame on Bowen right now, get him out of here, and see if he can bring somebody different in to fix this defense enough to, win a few football games. Because honestly, it's hard to be super positive after a game like today, but Jackson Dart played another good game, 24 of 33, 191 yards, another 50 on the ground, 3 total touchdowns, a 107 quarterback rating. He put that last deep ball to Darius Slayton that he ended up dropping when he got hit. That was a dime. And like you just continue to see Dart make every single throw. He's making his deep throws, his short throws. He's making good decisions. And like that's the one thing Daboll can hang his hat on right now is Dart is developing and playing well and looks like the guy. But it, like I said, if they keep losing and keep looking pathetic, it's not going to matter. He's going to be out of here. And then I think another really telling thing about this week, I mean, it was good to see them not give up and put 2 touchdowns on the board in the fourth quarter, but this team looked like they just really lost energy without Scadaboo this week. And that, like, I get it. Scadaboo is literally like the heart and soul of this team. Like, the guy has so much energy, so much passion, and you could see it was infectious with this entire team. Like, Neighbors is absolutely a better player, but he just doesn't have that infectious attitude and passion that Scadaboo plays with. It's just like every time he touched the ball, it was like the team was energized watching him fight for yards. And it wasn't there this week. It wasn't there on either side of the ball. And then defensively, it feels like the only time the Giants make a stop is when somebody makes a spectacular play. Usually it's Brian Burns either hitting the QB and letting. It was good to see Abdul Carter get that pick, or like a big sack. Like it just feels like unless somebody, one of like the individual elite players the Giants have, makes a big play, whether it be a tipped pass, a sack, an interception, like it. Somewhere on the defense, there's a breakdown and a big gain. And it like there's too many. Like yeah, there's injuries in the secondary. I get that, but like this was a really injured receiving corps. Like pulling up the box score here. Like I mean, it's not too hard to come out here and be like, yeah, they're gonna give the ball to McCaffrey 30 times. Let's focus on that. But like look at their receivers. Juwan Jennings is pretty decent, but like Kendrick Bourne is a Patriots cast off. They had no good receivers, and he still was dumped by them. Sky Moore, same thing. When the Chiefs were at their worst with receivers, Sky Moore still couldn't break through on this team. Like, I don't even know who some of these other guys are. Like, the Giants' secondary injuries are no excuse for giving up 34 points to a team whose receiving injuries are every bit as bad, and they didn't even have their starting quarterback today. It's just poor scheme. And there's no reason a team who has the kind of talent the Giants do on defense should be giving up 34 points at home to a group of backups like the 49ers. So it's got to happen that, like, Daboll, he's taken his own job here by continuing to trot out Shane Bowen week after week after week. Like, this defense is completely unacceptable, and it's just too easy to beat. Like I said, like, I think I could live with it if the 49ers and these other teams are out here throwing for 300 yards because of great quarterback play. But, like, bad running teams are just handing it off up the middle and gaining 4, 5, 6 yards a carry. Like, anybody is going to be able to do that on the Giants right now. And it's going to just continue to get worse here with some of these great running football teams coming up. So, if Daboll wants any chance of keeping his job, this needed to be Shane Bowen's last game. We'll see what happens. I'll keep you up to date on it this week. And then you guys let me know your thoughts as well. And don't forget, just like and subscribe on the way out.